Alright, so we are talking about shifting exponential functions. So we got to go back to when we were shifting other functions and think about what these letters mean. So A was the one that did a vertical stretch or compression. Okay, it also, when it was negative, it reflected over your x-axis. Okay, H was the one that shifted left and right, and remember that this one was the one that was backwards, because Miss Holly is definitely backwards. And then K was the one that shifted up and down. Okay, so keeping that in mind, when we have our exponential equation, we've got a to the x minus h k. So we still have a very important point. It's not actually a point of inflection anymore, but we can still kind of think of it that way. We can put it in quotes, and we still want to look for the opposite of h. Okay, so it's a little bit different though. So in this guy, our POI, just kind of go with me on this. Since this is -3, let's do this. A, H, and K. Our A is 4, our H is -3, and our K is 2. So our POI would be +3, 2. So we're going to go to +3, 2, and we're going to put an open circle, because exponentials are weird and different, okay? And we're going to put an asymptote right here, okay? You're, every single time, guaranteed, from this dot, you're going to have a horizontal asymptote right there. And because A is positive, we're going to shoot up 1 point right here, okay? So now, because this is growth, we're expecting it to increase rapidly. So from your POI, you're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1. Okay? So from your POI, you're going to go up 4 and over, up 4, excuse me, up, and over 1 to get to that next point. Okay, and then you're just going to make a nice curve. So the nice part about an asymptote is that's where it kind of levels out, okay, and then it's just going to swing up rapidly. Okay, so if we do this backwards, if we look at this guy, that asymptote there is at -2. That means that K is -2. And we got to look at where it goes up 1 point exactly. That's right here at -1. So this guy is -1. So knowing that, can we go backwards? So we know that K is -2. We know that H is the opposite of this. It's 1. And then from this point, where do we get to another nice point? We get to one right here. So we're going up 2 and over 1. So this is 2. Okay? And then we got to write it as a function. So A 2 to the x plus 1 as an exponent, and then -2 as the constant. Okay? Let's try one more. So these ones are, what if it's a fraction? What if it's a decay instead of a growth? Okay, so same deal. A, H, K. A is 1/2. K is 2. I'm sorry, H is 2 and K is 1. Sorry guys, I'm rushing through this a little bit. So our important point is going to be the opposite of HK. -2, 1 gets an open circle. That's where our horizontal line goes. And we got to shoot up 1. Okay? And now, because it's decay, we're expecting it to go down on this graph, right? So because this is 1 over 2, we're just going to flip-flop it, and we're going to go 2 over 1 the opposite way, because we're expecting it to decay. So if it's going down by a half, it's going to double when increasing. Okay, and then this guy, that wasn't very good. This is really hard to draw on the tablet that I have. And then this is going to shoot up this way. Okay, so here, our dotted line, our horizontal asymptote is at -1, so our k value is -1. Okay, we got to find the point where it goes up 1 point. Here it is. It's at -2, which means that h is +2. Okay, and the next time we hit a nice point is right here. So from your POI, we're going up 1, 2, 3, and backwards 1. So it's 1/3. I know that this is really weird, but do me a favor. Use these as examples, compare them, and try the 2 practice problems on the bottom. And then I have some other practice for you that we'll work on together once everyone's done with the quiz.